Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Checks and Balances TV. Today's program is entitled State Pensions. Will this be America's next financial crisis? So let's see how today's news may impact your financial future. States coast to coast are in a pension pinch and are taking extreme measures to make their pension plans more solvent. California has recently proposed hiking its state income tax from 10.3% to 13.3%, which would force California residents to pay the highest income tax rate in the nation. Illinois is currently debating if they should reduce the cost of living adjustment increases of public employee pensions. And a New Jersey judge recently upheld legislation that would cease any COLA increases for pension recipients until the program becomes more stable, which isn't likely until the year 2040. Okay, so what's really going on here? Let's check the facts using our checks and balances process. There are currently more than 3,400 state and local pension systems in the U.S., responsible for the retirement income of more than 27 million employees and their beneficiaries. However, because of the recent economic downturn and budget challenges, the majority of state and local government employee pension systems are severely underfunded. Many have been forced to undergo pension reform initiatives that include things like reducing benefits, increasing member contributions, or switching to a hybrid pension plan that requires employees to contribute and invest their own retirement savings. The only other alternative is to raise taxes, as California is attempting to do currently. And according to a recent study on state and local government pension plans by the Government Accountability Office, also known as the GAO, says that states have already begun making changes to cover unfunded benefits. As an example, 35 states have reduced pension benefits by raising the retirement age or increasing service requirements to receive benefits, or reducing, eliminating, and even freezing post-retirement cost of living increases, as New Jersey has done. Half of the states have increased employee contribution requirements, putting a larger share of the pension burden on their employees. State and local employees, teachers, police officers, and other public safety personnel are all impacted by any changes to or shortcomings in their pension plans. And about 78% of state and local employees participated in defined benefit plans in 2011, compared to only 18% of private sector employees. However, unlike private sector employees, many government employees do not pay Social Security taxes on earnings from their government jobs, and consequently, they are not eligible to receive Social Security benefits when they do retire. Okay, so now that we've checked the facts, let's balance this news using our checks and balances process to determine what action you should take today. The erosion of state and local government pension plans began in the late 1990s, when high investment returns during the stock market bubble made pension plans appear to be fully or even overfunded. As the market boomed, many state and local governments reduced their contributions and increased benefits. But between the bursting of the stock market bubble in the year 2000 and the housing bubble in 2008, the financial status of most state and local government pension funds has been severely impacted. And according to the Pew Research Center, the average state pension funding level declined from 98% in 2000 to just 76% in 2009. And today, many pension systems are already below 50% funding, with nearly a dozen states projected to run out of money by the year 2020. Pension funds are invested on behalf of state and local governments with the goal of hopefully earning a strong rate of return. The average rate of return assumed by most state and local government plans is 8% per year. While this may be something we've seen in years past, it's more likely that the real rate of return is going to be much lower than that now and in the future. And according to the University Kellogg School of Business, there is only a 1/3 probability that a portfolio with an expected return of 8% will actually be able to achieve that high of a return. A recent study by the Congressional Budget Office, also known as the CBO, found that with a return of 8%, The state pension funds would still have a $700 billion deficit. If they only earn an average of 5%, though, they would be left with a $2.2 trillion deficit. And if they earn only 4%, like they did back in 2010, then the deficit will grow to an astounding $2.9 trillion, almost $3 trillion, making the state's pension systems less than 50% funded overall. So as you can clearly see, if the states continue on this path of rosy expected returns, we could be looking at America's next big financial crisis. Okay, so what's the bottom line here? With more than 76 million baby boomers transitioning into retirement over the next 18 years, we could soon have more people retired than actually working. And because of how pensions are designed to work, this could very likely lead to a U.S. pension crisis. With the number of local and state pension plans significantly underfunded, many former and current workers may soon be facing a financial catastrophe. And if pension funds do run dry, states and local governments will be forced to come up with additional monies necessary to keep their pension promises intact. And this may lead to higher taxes and more debt, which is why states like Illinois and New Jersey are trying to reduce benefits to tackle their pension problems now. But with those cost-cutting measures in place, pension recipients will be hard-pressed to come up with the additional money necessary to make up the difference in their pension benefits. For those directly impacted, you really should start saving more today to make up for what your pension may not provide you tomorrow. And now for Matt's weekly financial tip, tool, or technique. Today's tip is for those who are concerned about the long-term funding of their pension plan. So here are 3 options that you can take into consideration to make sure that any pension shortfall won't drastically impact your quality of life in retirement. Tip number 1 is consider a buyout. If your employer offers you a buyout for your pension, consider the offer. Compare the current cash value they're offering you to the potential future pension value you might receive from them, and decide what makes the most sense for you. Public pension managers estimate an 8% return on their investments. And although that kind of return is not likely in today's economy, you have to ask yourself if you think you could manage and grow your pension buyout better than they could. And if knowing that you're in charge of how your money will grow in the future gives you peace of mind, then go for it. Tip number 2 is accept the new terms. Unfortunately, due to the vast majority of states that have underfunded pensions, lower pension payouts and decreased benefits may soon become a reality for many workers. If there are no buyout options available to you, you may have to ride out the pension crisis the best way you can. If this is the case, be sure to learn what your plan administrator is looking to change in the future or today. Each state is really different, but it's important to reevaluate your retirement plans and adjust your expectations in the event of a potential decrease in pension income and benefits. And make sure you have a backup income plan in retirement. You know the saying, expect the best in life, but be prepared for the worst. And tip number 3 is look into a new retirement plan. If you won't be receiving a pension, or if your pension is facing a shortfall or even elimination, it's important to start and build another retirement account, like a Roth IRA or annuity. And you'll have to be disciplined to put more money away today. But if you increase your investment deposits or look into additional options to help cover or make up for the losses of your pension, you can still be on your way to financial independence in retirement. So no matter what scenario you're facing, you may want to also meet with a true financial advisor to go over all of your options. Having a sufficient income in retirement is too important to go it alone. Be sure to log on to our website and download our featured report, Financial Freedom Wake-Up Call, a free report that gives you the information you need to plan for, save consistently, and invest wisely for a secure financial future. And finally, remember that only you can control your financial future. You can succeed. You just need confidence and determination. I'm Matthew J. Reddick from Checks and Balances TV. Until next time, dump debt, invest wisely, believe in yourself, and make it happen.